At 3 p.m. tomorrow, every electronic device goes to a black screen and the words "Now the real fun begins" appear. What would you expect to happen in the following days? Wonder how the fuck my Nintendo DS, which hasn't been able to connect to the internet since ever, was hacked. Sleep. Every electronic device just turns off and that's it. See how quick shit devolves. Phones transform in laser tag guns. Everyone gets a laser tag sensor on their chest. All roadways are replaced with water slides. Atoms become time crisis arcade cabinets. Corn dogs, chili cheese fries, cheeseburgers, and soft serve ice cream now contain all the nutrients you need to survive, and any calories consumed past your daily healthy allowance don't count. So much fun. Edit. I'm really glad a lot of people liked my post, and I'm having a blast reading the conversations. Try to stay positive, everyone. The end-to-end encryption legislation has passed. Edit. Well, at least my top comment is no longer about hot-buttered assholes. Thanks, all. Please make sure to share resources you have an abundance of. I'd expect the real fun, or I'd start writing an angry letter. Pictures of Hayden Christensen's face appear everywhere, only they're a bit pixelated and out of focus because it's not an exact quote from Revenge of the Sith. Toilet paper becomes the new currency. Wait, do you know something we don't? Coronavirus mutates into a T-virus, transforming infected people into zombies. Let the fun begin. An operating system update. In a hypothetical world minus probably some Hunger Games and Tron mix, realistically, some random hacker pulled this off. Nothing to stress. Won't change anything. The Purge. I'd presume Russia, China, or Israel officially won the cyber war, and it'd start looking for analog equipment to get the news via radio. Then it'd probably go door to door with a mask on, starting to organize my neighborhood with a list of radio frequencies for meeting / discussing community needs / services during the protracted coronavirus quarantine. Following quarantine, we would pick up meetings in person and start federating with surrounding neighborhoods. It's Corona time. The simulation ends and people wake up in a cold, dark and heartless world out of metal. Watch people kill themselves because everything was pointless. Watch them go crazy over an evil god. People questioning themselves if this is the real world or not, and if their acting really matters. See how they start a new civilization. Mass hysteria among conspiracy theorists and sheeple, but otherwise I dunno. I would sheet my pants tbh. Chapter 6 announcement. Real fun. We get notified that aliens are real and have been in contact with the governments of the world since the 1950s. Chaos. The TikTokers' phones aren't working, so they desperately try to recreate TikToks, but fail, so they go into insanity. The meme lurkers witnessed the event live, and told everyone else what they saw, causing a riot at Best Buy, Apple, etc. Facebook moms would have nothing better to do than actually do shit for once. The police have nothing to watch at work, so they too fall into insanity. Everyone famous just became legends, only told through stories. Hundreds of planes fall out of the sky, causing mass destruction. The president / prime minister / whoever is in control of the country would assume that this is a terrorist attack, so we starts, and the world ends. CST or GMT? Aliens? Deaf aliens? Depends on what language the message is in. I finally wake from this nightmare of a simulation and take my first few steps into the real world. A colorful utopia of opportunity laced with happiness and fun. This world is not full of sadness and nuances. Tears of relief streak down my face as a worker says, "Good morning. You've been in stasis for 15 minutes. What horrors I have now lived are silly fairy tales and children's stories to the people passing each other on the sidewalk. I am now at peace with my existence. SCP breach causes many to die. Tons of people panicking. Well, after all of that has happened, an even deadly virus is unleashed upon the human race. All the electric is turned off permanently, and since all of our medicine is mostly run on the power, we would but in a literal survival of the fittest situation where the weak died and the strong lived, and because of this the whole new human race will be created better and stronger than ever, and they may right the wrongs of all our past mistakes. Or nothing happens and the culprit is found and we all have a laugh about it years later. Every device afflicted will suddenly explode, causing a global mass genocide. Just watch The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street episode of The Twilight Zone if you want to see what will happen. Lots of new humans conceived. A rickroll or some memes. A bunch of smart teens got the whole heist pulled off, except they had no idea what to do with it. I personally would expect a fleet of Venator-class star destroyers to appear in orbit, two fellows to start dueling in Iceland during an eruption, and a mass Jedi purge to be announced. I'll board up my house and go to the grocery store with my gun loaded. Alien overlords show up. They want to read us their poetry. Lots of board games and puzzles to spend my free time. Or yard work. I'd be cool with it. Everybody, why do I hear boss music? Subscribe, like and comment if you hate outros, begging you to subscribe, like and comment.